Hello, it's Quizmaster Jack, Uncle Fun to those in the know, here with Buzzword Week 13, lucky Week 13 of Buzzword. I got pop culture and sports for you here. Starting off, as always, with the pop culture.
Episode titles used by this TV show, such as its finale, Finishing the Hat, are references to Stephen Sondheim songs. The
Oh,
pharmacist George was obsessed with
uh,
Brie Vandekamp on this ABC show that premiered in 2004.
oh. I think, yeah, Desperate Housewives. I knew that Sondheim thing. I'd heard that Sondheim thing before. I think when I was writing a question about Ava Longoria. That was filed way back there, but oh, couldn't recall it. But Brie Vandekamp is a familiar name, even though I've never seen a single episode of Desperate Housewives.
Leonard Stern and Roger Price invented this game, which is
Stern and
similar to the
Price.
parlor game Consequences. On The Office, Angela repeatedly uses the word nice during a dull playing of this game. Now,
Oh, yeah, it's Mad Libs. Nice. All right. With Andy when they were, I guess they were. That was the beginning of their flirtation. Like the nice man went to the nice store and got cat food or got some nice cat food. I think it was just last year that I realized that Mad Libs is a play on ad lib. I may have mentioned on this channel in a previous video already, but I got anecdotes and I'm going to reuse them.
this actor based a character on an interview in which he tore off his shirt on the show Wogan. A love for
Okay, so
Paddington 2 helps
British.
one of his characters bond with a Pedro Pascal played billionaire. For
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, because they're talking about what is it, the the unbearable, like the unbearable weight of massive talent. I think that's what it's called. I think is they wanted to ask about that movie, but they didn't want people to have to remember the full title, so they just made it about Nick Cage. I got it right. Future Jack will let me know down there.
On Christmas Day 2022, this artist released the live album All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster. His
Oh,
major label
it's
debut, the 2022 triple album American Heartbreak, includes a hit whose title entity tells me you're never.
Morgan Whalen, Zach Bryan. It was some. All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster was the only thing I was going to guess on that anyway, and I knew it was one of those country artists who are, in my mind, very interchangeable. Uh, and that's why I get trivia questions about them wrong all the time.
A hat wearing one of these creatures who uses the tattle ability is the first character to join the party in Paper Mario. These enemies are the most common non-shelled members of the Koopa Troop.
Gotta be Goombas. Yeah. Goombas, or in Super Mario World, they're called Galoombas. Uh, yeah, I never. The only Paper Mario game I played through was Thousand Year Door. That was not a um, that was not a party based Final Fantasy like turn based RPG like the other Paper Mario. So that's been a series that is not necessarily on my radar.
A character in this film refuses to enter Texas, complicating plans to drive from Oklahoma to Mexico. In this film,
Texas.
Brad Pitt plays a drifter who robs the protagonist.
That's That'd be Thelma and Louise. Brad Pitt's theatrical debut, I believe. I think I wrote a question about Thelma and Louise lately too. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Been a long time since I've seen that movie, so not wanting to go into Texas, which I understand. Didn't leap to mind.
On the show Would I Lie to You, this woman
Bright.
claimed to have sent an employee into a burning house to retrieve art.
Oh.
A dispute about Meghan Markle led this Englishwoman to depart from The Talk. For 10 points.
It's. I was gonna put Osborne. I don't remember her. Sharon Osbourne. There we go. You know, put that all together. All right, with basically everybody who appears on Would I Lie to You is British or part of the Commonwealth. And then The View or The Talk or whichever one it was puts you right on Sharon Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne's wife. I think they're still together. I don't really follow that. Yeah, glad they didn't need a first name there because I was not going to get to Sharon.
In this musical, a new trick involving dynamite and sharks is dreamed up by a childless daredevil couple. Emma Thompson
Sharks.
sings about the smell of rebellion in the 2022 film version of this Tim Minchin musical. The Trunchbull appears in.
No. Yeah, it's got to be Matilda. They said Trunchbull. Oh yeah, they had the Netflix version of it. There's the gif of all the kids dancing real hard. Is that how Matilda's parents died? Sharks and dynamite? The childless. I don't know the story of Matilda.
This man was wounded in a 1978 shooting by neo-Nazi Joseph Paul Franklin, as depicted in a film in which he was played by Woody Harrelson.
That's Larry Flint. Only got that off of the Woody Harrelson. Well, I knew that Larry Flint got shot, but the specifics of it, I do not know the specifics of how he got shot. Now I do. Now we all do. Thanks, Buzzword.
This band's album, Welcome to the Real World, had a single titled for the Mass Ordinaries' first section. This band behind Kyrie sang Learn to Fly
Kyrie.
Again and Learn to Live So Free in Broken Wings.
Oh.
In a Train song, the lyric Hey Soul Sister rhymes with for.
All right, I'll take that off of the lyrics then. Thank you very much. Hey Soul Sister, ain't no Mr. on the radio, in stereo, that way you move, ain't fair, you know? See, if they just had all these music... all of these music questions, they were just lyrics from songs on my playlist, I would be the best music player in the game. But that's asking a lot, I suppose. I don't know anything. I mean, like, I've heard Take These Broken Wings and Learn to Fly Again, but I guess that just means they set up the clues right since the lyrics to Hey Soul Sister what immediately gave it to me. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. That was a good week. Still a 10 out of 10 eludes me, but they just never seem to line up great, especially when there's a music question about current country music. Oh well. I should have remembered though. All my homies hate Ticketmaster. Anyway, now for the transition. Hey, it's the transition where I ask you to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing in this video. And also, if you see these questions and you think, hey, Jack, you may be the quiz master, but I could answer these questions better than you. You can prove it. Head over to neqt.com/buzzword and play for yourself. All right, transition over onto sports. Hey, we're back into the sports section. Starting it right off with a team. Since there haven't been any questions this week, I can't predict which sport we're in. I mean, I could try, but basically a 1 out of 4 shot.
This team's manager is the only manager in the 21st century to be ejected from a World Series game. This team won 4 World Series road games to earn a title under manager Dave Martinez. For 10 points, what team beat Houston in the 2019 World Series behind such stars as Juan Soto and...
Like, I should just get it off of the year, but what are years? I think everybody that they're going to list probably aren't with the Nationals anymore. I know Juan Soto ain't. All right, multiple word answer. So the answer is probably going to be a sport. Let's find out.
The deed of gift for this object was revised in 1882 to discourage Canadians from...
I'm gonna take a stab here. Okay. I took a stab and I was wrong. I was too bold. Too bold. That's probably one if I sat on, I probably would have got. But you know what? I felt like taking a shot. Feel a little spicy right now. Not so spicy when they asked me to name schools, but we'll see what school it is.
Dimitri Roberts scored 15 points in this school's 2023 conference tournament loss to Merrimack College. Later that month, Sean Moore scored 19 points as this school defeated a team led by Zach Eady to duplicate a 28.
Yeah, so it is Fairleigh Dickinson. You know, it's like, all right. All right, so it's a basketball school, and they played their conference final against another school that I've never heard of. And you know who's in vogue right now? Fairleigh Dickinson, the second 16 seed ever to beat a 1 seed in this past March Madness competition. So they are all the rage.
This head coach reached 3 straight Super Bowls with a defense anchored by Manny Fernandez. His defenses included the Killer Bees and the No Name defense, and his winningest team was led by Larry Zonka and Bob Greasy. For 10 points, what NFL head coach led the perfect 1972 Miami Dolphins?
Oh, I should know that. Oh, why don't I know that? Oh, it's just a blank right now. They said Greasy was the... I'm going to kick myself when I see the answer. Don Shula. That one hurts. That's one you feel like you should know, but just absent when you need it.
This city hosted the Olympic Games with the first ever torch relay ceremony. At an Olympics in this city, Lutz Long supposedly offered crucial advice to a long jump rival. The propaganda film Olympia documented games in...
Let's say this is... Yeah. Propaganda film. Yeah. That propaganda, the whole aspect of the games that the host country had at the time didn't necessarily work out for them. That Olympic Games didn't work out for them, and next 6 years didn't really work out for him either.
Frank Saul and this man were the first NBA players to win 2 consecutive titles on different teams. His father Malcolm was an academic in Beirut who was killed by terrorists in 1984.
Oh, I've heard this.
For 10 points, what guard, who won 5 titles with the Bulls and Spurs, is now the head coach of the Warriors?
Oh yeah, Steve Kerr. Yeah, I was doing that one. I mean, he's leading a dynasty, so I probably would have got it if I didn't live in the Bay Area. But yeah, I'd heard about what was I? I was researching something. and I'd heard that he lost his father in Middle East.
In 1977, this athlete claimed to represent both the underdog and the overdog in our society. This man, who was called a born liar by Billy Martin, reportedly claimed that he was the straw that stirs the drink on the 1970s Bronx Zoo Yankees. For 10 points, what outfielder was nicknamed Mr. October?
Oh, not Robinson. It's Reggie Jackson.
In a win by this country's wingless wonders, an announcer said that pitch-invading fans think it's all over. It is now. This country's strikers scored the first World Cup final hat trick in 1966, when it hosted and won its only cup. For 10 points, what country's soccer fans chant, "It's
coming home, it's coming home, 3 Lions, it's coming home." All right. This is either going to be hockey or baseball. What baseball have we had? We had baseball. Oh, we just had a Reggie Jackson. Almost said Jackie Robinson again. We just had a Reggie Jackson. We haven't had a hockey, so this is probably going to be hockey.
This team won a 2022 game over the Ravens when Lamar Jackson was strip-sacked by Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, Kayvon Thibodeau.
This team's 2023 playoff run ended in a game in which they trailed 28-0 at the half and gave up 268 rushing yards to the Eagles. Brian Daboll coaches for 10 points.
Yeah, Thibodeau's on the Giants. I should have known because the Vikings played them twice last year, beat them once, and lost to them when they really needed to beat. Anyway, here's the last question, which almost has to be hockey. There hasn't been any hockey. I guess they don't have a hockey question every week.
A player at this position, whose career ended in 1925 due to tuberculosis, was known as the Chicoutimi Cucumber. Top players at this position are honored by the William M. Jennings and Vezina trophies.
Vezina is the goalie. It was hockey. See, if this question was flipped with the America's Cup question, I wouldn't have taken the stab in the dark at the Stanley Cup there, which is actually good quiz production by Buzzword. This was a fun week. This was a good one. I like that one from the front to the back. Good questions throughout. All my homies hate ticket. Yeah, that'll do it for this not really lucky, not really unlucky, just a straight down the middle, enjoyable week 13 of Buzzword's 2023 offerings. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time.